Artificial intelligence, key to the future or highway to hell? Hey, my name's Kareem. I'm here to talk about artificial intelligence and how it affects our society today. So first off, we have to know what the meaning of artificial intelligence is, and guess till we know, we can't continue this program. Catch you guys later. So clearly, I was just joking before, but what is artificial intelligence? Now, to me, I believe artificial intelligence is the ability of a machine to perform things in a human-like fashion. But according to Merriam-Webster, artificial intelligence is the capability of a machine to imitate human intelligence, such as thinking or problem solving. Now, just to make this clear, the word artificial intelligence is way too long. So for the rest of the video, you're going to be hearing me say AI, which is the abbreviation for artificial intelligence. So moving on, when we think of AI, we tend to think of this.
You are experiencing a car accident. The hell I am!
But then AI comes in different forms. Just ask Google or Hey Siri. Yes, we do use AI every day. When we type in that slang over and over again, that it automatically adds to a dictionary. Or when we say, hey Google, add eggplants to my shopping list. But these are just minor things AI does for society. So looking at AI from a large scale point of view, you see that they have done things for the petroleum industry, the power industry, the medical industry, and the aerospace industry. But these are just a few mentioned in an article written by some people who I can actually pronounce their names. But moving on. Now, in both the petroleum and the power industry, AI is used to identify faults in equipment. But in the petroleum industry, it's used further to help identify cracks in the pipes or oil spillages. In the medical industry, an advanced imaging technique known as MRI, which is actually short for medical resonance imaging, where the internal organs are viewed with the use of radio waves. Now, the AI uses the images or patterns identified through the MRI to produce an understandable data which the doctor can then use to diagnose his patients. In the aerospace industry, the AI is given some criteria, which includes the aerodynamics, structure, and propulsion. The AI then uses this problem-solving mechanism to produce an aircraft which has a lower aircraft design cycle, which means that they don't have to be producing an aircraft every year or so. So clearly we can see that AI helps us in a lot of things, but let's take some time to go back to what we fear about AI. Now, when it comes down to the fear of AI, I'm going to be discussing three things I think us human beings we fear the most about AI, and this includes our lives, our jobs, and our superiority. Now, starting off from what I think is the least threatening, which is our superiority, let's look at it from a scientific point of view. The universe created us, so technically the universe is our creator. If we look at it from a religious point of view, the Almighty God is our creator. Now, if any of these things decide to take our lives right now, we can't really do much about it. So we created AI. Does that make us superior to them? Now, people believe that AI is possibly going to come in and take our jobs, but in an article written by Kaplan, he explained that decades ago, 99% of US workers were laborers, and now only 2% of US workers are able to produce enough food for the nation. Yet, there's an increase in machinery and also an increase in the employment. If you're still skeptical, an article written by Alan Bundy explains that with an increase in machinery in the workplace, there could also be a possible rise in employment, being that technology has to work with the human beings. But this is just looking at it from a technical point of view. This issue is more of a political or social issue. Now, as for our lives and the extinction of humanity, it all depends on what we give AI to handle. Do you want to make them as powerful as we made them? Or do we want them to be as helpful as we made them? Now, with all this said, we have to take some time and look how far technology has actually come. From the simple fire, to technology at our fingertips, to technology with our fingertips. This is not to say that technology has always been good. We did mess up a couple of times. And I know this is not a speech, but Joel Austin once said, and I quote, "Every setback is a setup for a comeback." And that's why we can all use an eye back. But for real, technology is on another level. We didn't see this coming 13 years ago, back in 2005 or so. But look at us now. It clearly shows that the future is whatever we make of it. So what do you want the future to look like? A paradise or another Terminator movie?